In this recording, we will go over the new FlexScheduler. First, you're going to click on your Facilities tab, and each of your facilities is now going to have a tab called Fee Schedules. Even those who have not switched yet to the new FlexScheduler will have this tab, and you're going to be able to hit Edit and choose your fee type from the drop-down box and select your rate calculation. Now, we can have it so that it does the rate as a per occurrence, per hour, or a per minute rate. So if we choose per hour and we say it's $15 an hour, that's how we would enter it. And we can residency restrict as well to make sure only residents get the $15 an hour rate. And let's just say we have another hourly rate that is for non-residents, that's $20. We also have add-on fees now for facility reservations, only for in-house. So you would come in here to your add-on. So I'm going to add a couple. So let's just say we want some chairs, tables. Maybe you guys charge for lights for your fields after a certain time at night. So we would come in here and we're just going to type in the unit price, what you guys would charge for a single chair or a single table. And for something like the lights, where you're only charging an additional fee per hour once the reservation occurs, you would just come in here and you would type in that difference. So if it's $25 an hour if the lights are on, or $30 an hour when the lights are on based on residency, then we would just put a unit price down here of $10. And you can have up to 12 standard fees and 12 add-on fees. Now I'm going to show you how to do a reservation from the Flex Calendar because there's some fun things in here to just keep in mind. One of the first things is you can check off this box so that you can see setup and teardown times for your reservations. And you can also filter, so you're only looking at the certain group or facility that you have any interest in. So from here, you're just going to get a quick view. And let's just say I want to look at it a little bit deeper. I want to look at it as a scheduler view. So from here, I can see that field 1 is in use from basically 12 until 1 o'clock, or 7 until about 1. So I'm going to choose field 2, and I can just choose field 2 by clicking anywhere on that row. And then we would type in the name of the reservation, and then the customer's name, and select the customer. When you select them, you'll see this, and that's going to connect them to the invoice portion as well as send them all their email confirmations. We still allow reservations to be public or private. That just means whether the public can see why the reservation is occurring versus just seeing the word reserve. You can color code per reservation, so you can choose anywhere in the color wheel for what you would like the reservation to show as. You can type in a note for how you want the setup to be, or you can add a private note. Something like they brought alcohol, we need to keep an eye on them. And then you hit continue. Now, because we went through the Flex Calendar and through the scheduler view, it is pulling in my first facility. Now I do want to add another facility to this reservation because I also want to use basketball court too. So I can reserve multiple facilities at the same time, and I can give them a different group size and a different line description if I'd like as well. Now on the next screen, we're going to add the date. Now if you go through the calendar, anytime you go through the calendar and you click on the day and click the reserve, it's going to pull that date in for you. So you'll just have to adjust your times. So you can say the reservations from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. It's going to take 30 minutes to set up and 30 minutes to tear down. Now this is a new feature, this setup and tear down. The idea behind this is, mom wants to come in, hang a couple decorations, and she knows that at the end of the day, it's going to take her a while to just clean up after the kids. That's what this is intended for. Some people have used this as well for hockey rinks to be able to mark the time between for the Zamboni. But you guys will find your use. We also allow for reoccurring schedules. So if this is, say, a weekly rental, maybe it's every Wednesday, and that's when you guys are having practices, you can choose how many times it occurs or have it end after a certain date. Then you just click Continue, and on this screen you're going to select your fees. So you just turn that fee on, and then you'll choose how you're going to charge. Now, if you choose the wrong fee and you've restricted by residency, it will tell you. If you'd like to set an hourly security deposit, let's just say you do $30 for the field rental, you can put that here. And you've got these two pop-ups. The first is whether you want to charge for the setup and teardown time. If you're charging an hourly or a per minute rate, you can see this box so that you can charge them for that additional time. The best way to explain the security deposit and applying security deposits to all dates is if it's going to be a $30 deposit for me to rent the field 3 times versus me having to pay $30 per rental. So if each day I had to pay a security deposit, then you want to check this box off as well. Now I can check off what add-on fees I want to have included. So maybe I need 50 chairs and I need 5 tables. And then I can charge the other fee the other place a different rate. So this location I can charge at $30 an hour, and I want to charge for a referee and a scoreboard. This is the review screen where you're going to review the information for the reservation, get an idea as to what the price is going to be. This is going to give you a breakdown of the prices per day. Now, I like to pause here for a couple reasons. If you guys have a reason where a reoccurring event that falls on a holiday or a date that you guys know that you're not going to be doing any reservations because there's maintenance that needs to be done. On this view, you can just check those dates off and delete selected. Another option is if maybe the 11th doesn't work, you're doing some type of field maintenance, but you still want them to do something that week, click the pencil for that single date, and you can change that single date to the next day or to another date range or another time. And it's only going to change that one period. So you can edit just a single occurrence's start or end time to be different than the other occurrences on that reservation. Then you just hit Save Reservation once you're ready to review. And then you'll see this pop up if you've had any conflicts, so that you can decide if you want to save your reservation with those conflicts. I am, so I'm just going to save that with a conflict, and I'm going to click Checkout. And from here, I'm just going to click that Create Invoice, and I'm going to go back to my invoice because I like showing people that little loop right there, because this is a nice easy way for me to be able to click details so that I can just quickly see that information again, or I can click on this print permit if you use RecDesk for your permitting. And then we have tokens that's going to give you a breakdown of each reservation day and the add-on fees. And if I go back to the Flex calendar, I'm going to check off the show setup and teardown times. Oops. Check that too many. And I'm going to filter just so that I only look at the facility I did the reservation for. And from right here, I can see my reservation and I can see the setup and teardown time as well for that field. So I can click here, and from here I can print my permit from this view as well, or I can click View Details to be taken back to this screen, or if I edit, it will take me to this screen. And that is all you need to know for FlexScheduler reservations.